Hello, this video is aimed towards teachers. And today we're going to be talking about a sometimes unused concept in early childhood math, which is measurement. We all think of numbers and counting and quantities right away when we think about early childhood math, but sometimes we forget to include measurement, and that is one of the items that's in the early childhood standards, as well as something we should be playing with and investigating in early childhood. And so because this video is made for infants all the way up through pre-K, I'll try to give enough examples, but just think about how this would apply to your own age group. So basically measurement is just a lot of observations and comparisons, a lot of talking. That's why it's so much better when we're with kids at school. We can have these conversations with them about things that they notice and things that we notice. Kids will always point out, like, that's bigger, she's bigger than me, she's taller than me, that's heavier than this. So those are the kind of conversations that we talk about when we talk about measurement. Some things would be easy to notice. We can talk about how things feel, what's heavy and light. So I have a can and I have an animal cracker, and I can talk about what's heavy, what's light, and with kids I can narrate that. With little ones I could say, ooh, you're picking up that truck, that looks so heavy, that truck is heavy. Is that truck heavy for you? Let's touch the heavy truck, and just use those math talk and concepts while you're talking with kids. With older kids, you can ask them questions. Oh, which one do you think's heavier, my can or my animal cracker? Heavier means, oh, it feels hard to hold, and light means it's just really super easy to hold. Which one do you think is heavier and lighter? And at school, we have balances and cool things we can play with, but at home we have our hands. And so you can make your own balance if you want to. I haven't tried that. But even just comparing things around your house, charting it, graphing it, writing about it, talking about it, heavy and light, heavy and light. There's so much you could talk about even in your house with heavy and light. Also, we want to talk about, and tall and short and wide and thin and young and old. Those kind of opposites work right in there. But we want to talk about measurement when we're talking with kids in simple ways. We notice how they're playing and we point it out. We ask them questions and narrate their behavior. You may think that measurement is all about this. This is my tape measure, and I use this a lot, even though I like to snap it back at me, that thing where you snap it on your finger. That's totally me, like every single time. I am so at using these, and I'm an adult, so I wouldn't expect a 4-year-old to be able to be good at this. So when I measure things and I want to see how long or how tall things are, tape measures are fun to play with, but they don't really mean much to little kids. What's a lot more fun is doing what's called non-standard measurement. Non-standard measurement. So put this back in your toolbox. You don't need it, at least for this kind of stuff. Non-standard measurement is figuring out how many something else's. Now let me explain that. This is my shoe. I could, if I was a grown-up, I could measure it with my tape measure, but I already put it away because I'm in 4-year-old land or childcare land. I am in early childhood land, and it is gone. No tape measure. I want to find out my shoe, how many markers long my shoe is. So I could line up how many, if I can get them out, how many markers long my shoe is. I'll try to show you like this. And I would talk about it. Is my shoe quite 2 markers long? No, it's a little bit less than 2 markers. And right away I'm talking about concepts like more and less and fewer, bigger, smaller, longer, shorter, comes right out. I want to see how many markers it is. Oh man, my shoe is a little bit less than 2 markers long. I wonder how many blocks long my shoe would be. And I could line up some blocks. I wonder how many straws long my shoe could be. I wonder if I take a piece of ribbon, this is a little more complicated for our older friends, and put it along my shoe and cut it. Then I could walk around the house and see, ooh, what's the same size as my shoe. This is the piece of ribbon that how long my shoe is. I could walk around the house and say, ooh, my iPad is about the same as my shoe, but my can of soup is smaller than my shoe. So measurement is all about comparison. I'm going to try to show you some non-standard measurement with things that are in my house because that's how we roll. So here I have some things on my table that I want to measure. This is my math collection here with some other things I gathered from around my house. I want to find out how long something is or how tall something is. What could I use to measure with? Well, for the sake of this video, because I don't have enough hands, I already got some ribbon out. And if I was doing this at home, I would have gotten the ribbon out and put it next to it. I taped it because it's very frustrating for kids that have to hold both ends. I taped it, I pulled it straight. I want to see how long my rain stick is. And I would cut it here, then I could take it around the house and see what's the same size or what's bigger or what's smaller. I wonder how many straws long my rain stick is. So here's my rain stick. Here's a bunch of straws. You can cut them or not cut them. Let's use the not cut ones here. I want to see how many straws long. So we're going to demonstrate this with kids because they're not going to quite get it. And I'm putting it, see how I'm putting it on the end here? I'm lining it up. How many straws do you think will take to measure my rain stick? If you have an older friend, you can predict that. What's your guess? Do you think it's going to be 5 straws long, or 2 straws long, or 1 straws long? Well, I put 2, 1, 2, but I need more. Let's see if 3 straws would work better. So, I see that my rain stick is about 3 straws long. See, it goes from one end to the other. 1, 2, 3. My rain stick is about 3 straws long. Let's measure something else. Now, kids love to measure things that are important to them. So let's measure my phone. So if I was a little person, I'd be very happy to grab my mommy's phone, right? I wonder how many blocks long this phone's going to be. And I would ask them, do you have a guess? Let's predict again. Do you have a guess how many blocks long this phone will be? I'm gonna guess 8. Let's see what happens. I'm lining it up with the end and demonstrating that for them. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5. Now, non-standard measurement is all about. There's no real specific measurement. So my phone is about 5 blocks long. That's so cool. And you would encourage kids to use other things. What else could you measure this phone with? All right, let's see something that's tall. So this is my oatmeal. My oatmeal is tall. See my oatmeal? It's tall. My oatmeal is tall and my can is short. So again, using math language, tall and short. I wonder how many blocks tall this oatmeal will be. Do you have a guess? We give them a chance to guess. In the classroom with older kids, you can have them write your guess. You could do this a circle time and do it together and predict it and record their predictions. Let's see how tall. 1, 2, 3. Whoop, where am I? Sorry. 4, 5. Do I have enough? Did it go to the top? Nope, not quite. Not quite. So 5 is not quite how tall my oatmeal is. Let's try some more. 6, 7, 8. Let's get down there and look at it. Yeah, my oatmeal is about 7 blocks tall. So there's so much variety you can use and cool things around. Measure shoes, measure phones. See how many eyeballs long your phone is. How many sponges long your fork is. You can encourage kids to make towers with my favorite objects here, like the yogurt cups. Have them make some towers. I wonder if you can make a tower of yogurt cups that's going to be as tall as, oh, listen to that language, as tall as as the oatmeal. So play with things at home, play with measurement, tall, short, heavy, light, and use non-standard measurement, which means cool things around to measure. How many markers long is your arm? How many straws long is your fire truck? Happy measuring! If I am talking about measurement, don't leave out something fun, full and empty. So you can talk about your full cup and your empty cup. And obviously you could talk about more and less. Clearly one has more than the other. What if I pour this one into the other cup? Which one will be full and which one will be empty? And I would say again, this one's full and this one's empty. Let's try it. I'm going to pour it into this cup and see which one is full and which one is empty. And of course, this lends to a lot of fun science and a lot of fun sensory play. So much you can do with full and empty.